just saying all of this to say, don't engage with your family's BS. Stand in your truth. Let things blow over. It is what it is, okay? You on bullshit, stay on bullshit. Man, I care, okay?
I'm like the modern day Garvey, my mission is specific. Get a mic and represent the African party. Yeah, I'm like the modern day Tubman, the only difference I won't lead them underground, we got to run up in public. Yeah, I'm like the modern day Martin, but in these times dreams.
Wagwan brothers and sisters, it's Imani Blaze here, and I am back with another video, Schmidio. If you are new to this channel, let me let you know how I get down here. On this channel, I speak openly and honestly about all things mental health, trauma, healing, wellness. I speak from my own standpoint, raw, real, uncut. Well, I do cut things sometimes. But it is my hope that as I continue to take my mask off here on this channel by speaking my truth, I can encourage you to do the very same thing in your life. If that sounds like it's up your steez, go ahead, hit the like button whenever I say something that you like. If I say something that you don't like, just go on now. Find somebody else on YouTube that you resonate with, and hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Let's roll into it. What am I talking about today? I want to talk about the ability to not engage with your family's BS in regards to when you are triggered by the things that they do and or don't do. Where's this coming from? Y'all already know it's coming from my own experience. And I know that every time I speak from my own experience or about my own experience, I get to speak to somebody else and like help them kind of logically move through whatever it is that they may be moving through, or we may be moving through together. Hey, so I found myself recently starting to get triggered. And I really don't even like using the word trigger because of the fact that it's like just one of those like words that are thrown around now on social media, but it's the word that most people can resonate with. When you're triggered, it means like something has irked you. So I found myself triggered by a conversation that was about to be had with a family member, and I practiced my ability to not engage with the BS. So I'm gonna give you the backstory, and then I'm just gonna talk to you about how I moved through it. So I'm also working on, well, certain things. It's like I just have to tell the whole story, and there's not like, I'm not gonna name names, of course. I'm never gonna do that just to respect others' privacy. But whatever. I don't even know why I said that. Because it's just like, look, this is what happened. Okay. But so my little brother, he reached out to me, and he's starting his sophomore year of college, and he reached out to me for some bread to get some last minute things that he needed. And when he sent me the message, I was reminded of the fact that, oh yeah, like he is going back to school. He does need those necessities. And I'm aware of the fact that like my parents, they've helped him this summer. They helped him get a car this summer. They've just helped him with a plethora of things. However, he still needs other things. And full transparency, my parents are not rich. And my parents also, they're getting older. So they don't remember well, for one, my dad, he didn't go to college, so he doesn't even have a full idea of like what it is that you really need on an everyday, week to week when you're in college. My mom, she went to college a long time ago, so I give her grace, and I just think about the fact that like it's just been a minute since she like has just been in that mindset of like, oh, this is what you need when you're in school. So anyway, I thought about that, and I was like, well, last year when my brother was a freshman, I got texts on top of texts on top of texts. Okay, needing bread. He's a broke college student. It's normal. But I thought to myself, I was like, let me send a text message out to the fam and let them know that, like, hey, Shane's going into sophomore year. He's in need of different essentials. If you can, or if you find it in your heart, or I didn't say if you can or if you find it in your heart. I just said, like, he's going back for sophomore year. He's been working really hard this summer. He's in need of essentials. You can send these essentials to blah, or you can send them to me, or you can Cash App him directly. When I sent this message, like, I did not send the message like in a mindset of like begging. That just wasn't my thing. It wasn't. It literally was, I was in the mindset of like community, love, support. Like, that was where my mind had went. So I sent the message, not thinking much of it. Couple hours later in the day, I receive a call from one of my aunts. I didn't answer the call because I was also busy with work, so I just wasn't able to answer the call. And I assumed that, like, she might have been calling to confirm his address, or she might have been calling to ask, like, about a snack that he might want or something like that. What I did not assume was that she was calling to, most likely, because I'll talk about this. I never had the conversation really, but she was calling basically to, in my opinion, like, fuel a fire that really didn't exist. And I found myself triggered by it, irked by it. Like, I found myself starting to tell the stories in my head. And I felt my heart beating because I then got a phone call from my mom. And I think my little brother also had texted me at the same time too, like letting me in on the fact that, like, your text message has like set some stuff off. So what basically happened was my aunt decided to reach out to my mom and basically, like, kind of come at her like, are you not capable of taking care of your son type thing, and basically like insinuating that me sending that message out made my parents look bad, and it's just not a good look for my immediate family being those that live in, well, I haven't lived in my household for years, but those who were in my household growing up type thing. When I learned that, like, this was the thing of the afternoon and of the evening, I found myself pissed. Like I said, I found my heart beating out of my chest. I found myself, like, wanting to explain myself, wanting to explain my mindset. Like, it was just so many things that I moved through in my mind. But I had to take a second to pause and realize that this was an opportunity for me to stand in my truth, for me to, like, know, like, I said what I said, and I don't feel bad about what I said. I don't feel bad about my actions. I don't regret my actions. Like, this was a chance for me to do that, because so often in the past, like, I've, like, kind of taken my words back, or I've, like, regretted my actions because of the way that family members have reacted to the things that I've said or done. And this just was one of those cases where I just felt like, bro, I've done nothing wrong. Family should see it as a thing to support their family member who is in college, because they know what it's like to have been a broke college student. Some of the family members that I sent the message to never even went to college, so they have no idea what that struggle is. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about another thing that, the thing that really irked me was the fact that, like, nobody responded except for one person, and she's a sweetheart. And the rest of my family, I'm assuming, just read the message and didn't do anything. I asked my brother if he received anything, or if anybody reached out. He said no. Late that weekend, I took him shopping. I gave him bread. I did the things that I'm gonna do regardless. But, like, it just irked me to know that, like, basically my family, like, y'all just, in my opinion, my family ain't shit. Like, that's some ain't shit to do, to just, like, not engage, to go into your mind and say, and go there, to go completely left, in my opinion, to like talk about my parents, to talk down on me, to talk bad about my family because I sent a text message out saying, hey, let's support my baby bro and feed into him and give him more resources this year. Like, that shit was crazy to me. It was crazy. And I found myself like just wanting to go there. I found myself wanting to go back into the group chat that I had created and like state my piece and state how I felt. But I realized one thing: I can't confirm anything, because the only person who did like make their mindset known was my aunt, who made it known like, I don't agree with this. I don't think this type of message should have been sent type thing. She also made it known that like, she didn't say she didn't have plans to send anything to my brother, but again, he didn't receive anything, so I'm just gonna assume that that's the case. So I did message her because she called me twice, and I sent her a message and I was like, look, I'm actually not calling you back because I don't want to do the drama type thing. Her responses just continued to irk me, and each time that I found myself irked, I like flipped it and I just like positively framed my truth, and I just let it be known like, look, I get where you're coming from, and I understand that that's like how you think, and I'm not going to try to change you. I'm not going to try to change your mindset, although I think it's negative and toxic. I'm not here to change you. Like, I'm way past that. I encourage you to take a different perspective. And I said a couple of other things, but long story short, I just didn't engage with the parts of the conversation that irked me and that was triggering me. And I continued to just talk to myself and remind myself of like, I know why I did what I did. I know why I said what I said, and it's okay. I also let my mom know like, hey, I'm not going to call you back this evening because I know you pissed right now. I know you probably like, why did this girl send this text message? She's making me look bad. All of that. Like, I'd let her know like, it's not like that. And I'm also not calling you back because I have learned that it's not a good idea to engage with anybody in my family in the midst of the nonsense and in the midst of the BS. It's better to give it a day. Let things blow over. Let folks sit with it. Let folks sit with what I said, because I said what I said and I ain't gonna change it. But because I did that, like the next day I was able to call my mom and we were able to have a healthy conversation, and she understood like, look, I understand your mindset. It is fine. And I also apologized to her and I let her know I am sorry that it was taken the wrong way. However, I just want to remind you of the fact that like, our family is our family and they ain't shit. Their mindsets ain't shit. And that doesn't take away from like who you are as a mother. Like, I know that you're trying. I see you trying. Don't take that on. And I still think that the people that I sent something to could at least send my dude $5. Like, that's still a thing in my mind. But hey, y'all didn't do it. You didn't do it. Y'all ain't shit. And that's just that. If any family member is watching this and you didn't send my baby brother anything, hey, I think you ain't shit. I still love you, but you ain't shit. And that's just that on that. So if anybody else like finds themselves triggered by the bullshit mindset of their family members, or just the things that your family members do that you don't agree with, I encourage you to just don't engage with it. Don't engage with the parts of them that you know aren't changing. I know that my aunt means well, but I also know that my aunt is very judgmental. That's not going to change. Me trying to tell her about how judging isn't okay in the moment, me trying to explain to her that it's still more important for my brother to feel supported, while she's telling me that he needs to figure things out on his own. And I don't fully agree with that. Yes, I do agree with it to a degree. Yes, everybody has to feel the struggle, that the struggle makes you stronger. However, I don't believe in passing down like a certain type of struggle. And my aunt and I, we like resonate on the fact that our upbringing was hard, and because it was hard and because we didn't have certain resources and we couldn't depend on our parents for certain things, like it made us strong go-getters. I get it. I get that mindset. However, I also know that I was suicidal. I was extremely depressed. I was so anxious in college because I was stuck in survival mode because I knew how my family was and I didn't feel comfortable reaching out to them. And I don't want that for my brother, which is why I sent the message. And yeah, so, but I know all of that. I know that it's not healthy for me to have a back and forth with my aunt trying to change her mindset. She's not going to change. Like, and that's not me like not trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. It's just like I've learned to just like see people for who they are and just understand that like some people are stuck in their ways and it's going to take something else for them to see that, but it's not my job and I'm not taking that on anymore. I used to be the person that's like, I'm going to heal my family. Fuck that. I'm going to heal myself. Okay. And if me healing myself pours into my family and encourages them to do some healing, cool beans, but like I'm not doing that. So I'm just saying all of this to say don't engage with your family's BS, stand in your truth, let things blow over. It is what it is, okay? You on bullshit, stay on bullshit. Man, I care, okay? That's that on that. I love you. I mean it. Bye. Mwah.